Hello guys, I'm back and this is my full Python tutorial. Here I'm gonna teach you how to create a web server. So, first to start off with a web server, we're gonna import a module now. So, to import a module, we have to write import, but we are not importing it directly. We are importing from a specified path, which is HTTP server. Please make sure your spelling is correct. From means not HTTP server, means HTTP dot server. I think I'm making it. Okay, now what we do is we import up HTTP server from here. And now we put a comma and we also want to import base HTTP query handler. After we're done with this, we're gonna create a small class. I'm gonna call it a server, server creator. So you can name it anything you want, but I'm naming server creator. So now what we do is put up our module in so we can actually import it in our class because we need it. So here I import it and now we are gonna put a semicolon there and now here we want to make up a writer. Um, um, I'm calling it writer because it writes stuff. So we are making a function here. F a writer. We're creating a function here. And after we have created the function, inside this we're gonna write will something. There's an argument. I forgot to write it. Please write it right now. It is yeah. So now what you're doing is you're gonna write self dot send response. The next response correct. So now put here 200. Now what you're going to do is self dot um and what we're going to do is we're gonna easily send up a header send header. Now after this header is a header. Yes, it's a header. So if you have to write a content type. Okay, after writing content type we have a comma text slash HTML. This is very important you write this line right here. This line. It's very important you write this. Now so we just do itself and header and just put like this. Now we do is self dot b file. This is the important part. Self b file the white means it's not the important part, but yeah, this actually works. So this is the writing part which actually focuses on the name writer. Yeah, this is the final part which focuses on the name. So we want to I'm writing hello sir. I'm writing hello sir. Yeah, I'm writing hello. So this is Silver. This is Silver. And yeah, that's it. Now we have to create a little function which is not in the class because it's the name outside the class. Yeah. This function would be named as main because it's gonna work exactly perfectly and actually it's a main thing. That's why. So what we're going to do also I'm using online compiler because my base code is in a problem so I have to use online compiler for this time. Yeah. But whatever we're gonna use this online compiler. I'll also link in the description of the online compiler. Or link at the top right. Okay, you just stay in the top right for that of the screen. Okay, no, just stay in the video at the top right. You'll see your notification pop up. Okay, yeah, that's all. Now, where were we? Yeah, yeah. So first, port equals. This is important. Without this, you can't do it. Port equals port. I'm putting an input here. Port. Also, just for you guys, make sure and make a better program. For you guys, I'm doing this. While not port dot is. I'll explain what's going on in a second. Just print please write uh, in the integer. Please write it and then port uh, false input of port and so now uh, I'll explain what's going on here just after this last line. False. So yeah, now I'll explain you what's going on. So also make sure all the spelling is correct. Now, this is so what happens in starting of the function here. Starting of sorry, but the background is at the starting of the function, we are taking the input. So what happen? That if you're using VS Code, it'll come in terminal. If you're using a console, means command prompt or command prompt, it will come directly in the command prompt. Or if you are using like a Python and a Python idle, then it will come just click run up. Okay, so it will start a new window of that. So my will come here. I'm not even testing it because I've tested many times, so I don't want to waste you guys time, so you just write it. So the port here will input something. So input will just print like the thing I wrote here. It will just print this. But the difference between input and print is that input will allow you to write something after it. So you just have to write something after it and then enter. Till that time, the whole program will be on the pause until you they get the answer of this. So the answer of this then would be stored as if it's a number, then it will be stored as a number, but inside a string. So that's why we have port equals integer port. So this will cut out the strings and make it an integer if it's a number. Now the while loop here. And so this will work until the this will work till the port is a digit. Okay, if like is digit mean like if they finally put an integer in. Integer is a number. Yeah, they put a number in. And then so this. So you would be looking for the not. Why did I put not here? That's because when you put a while loop, you want to make sure that it runs till it run like it's not talking about like how much time till when you should run. It's talking about till deposit. Yeah, it's talking like why would it run? Because it's not a port, it's not a digit. That's why so we're talking about something like that. So while it's not a the port, while like it's not a port, is not a digit, it will run. So a print statement here. Now I told you the difference between print and input. I'm not telling it again. Then go back to the video and learn it yourself. So at the print, it now will write instead of getting an input, it will write please write an integer. You can't write anything after it till the program ends because that time you start Terraform in a terminal or Python if you are using a console or a Python, Python, that. Yeah, you get my point. So port and then we're gonna input again port because now if you I loop it, then the loop will only happen, and if there's no port to write, the loop will run again and again, so making the program endless. So that's why we wrote this, so at least we can write a number after this. So and then this is out of the while loop because it's not this line is not coming on this one. So, because it's out of the while loop, it's not tapped inside it. indented inside of it. Now we make him integer. I told you guys already, but still I'm telling it again. Port equals integer of port because it will remove the strings then. Okay, now after I wasted a lot of time explaining you what is this, let's continue. So we have done with a port, but now is the real thing. This is the important thing. Server. What is a server? Yeah. So we have to write HTTP a server, HTTP server. Put like this thingy, then we put like this thingy, and inside this we put nothing for the normal string. And then we come out. Also, this please make sure I'm not doing I'm not going to run the file and waste your time. Also, there's another reason for this, that why I'm not gonna run the file, because it's gonna always show you program, like it's gonna in online compilers, they don't actually import modules. So if no, they actually import modules like this one, but they will not actually create a server. Even if it works and starts off like showing server stuff, it's not gonna work. So that's why, please don't write the script on online compile like me, because my VS Code got broken. So now comma, we have to write the port. So I wrote my port. Yeah. Now we comma it and write a class name. So you have to write your class name. Don't copy mine, because if you still don't know what I'm talking about, and I'll just tell you. This is a class name we wrote earlier. If you have made your custom, and then you have to write the class name here. Copy paste it or just write it by hand like me. And if you're copied like me, then write the same. Also make sure of the spelling again. It's very important. So we got a port, we got a service. Now we just print up a little statement called server running on. Now we put like this percentage sign s. Now we put again percentage sign s. Now put a port. Actually, don't put s. This time don't have to put. You don't have to put the s this time. Just write just with a space. Right. Also make sure of all the intents and stuff I've done till yet. Now after printing this, what we're going to do is server dot ser underscore forever. So here you go. That's all for this function side. This is a Python. But now this is a very small thing. It's a loop now. If this now if name equals to main, then now I'll explain you the whole thing quickly. So for now, first we are importing a module from a specified path, which is HTTP server, and importing it. We are importing HTTP server and base HTTP request handler. Then we made a class with the named as server creator, and you guys basically just made your own custom name there. And we added a parameter like a basic HTTP request handler, and then we made a function inside the class which is known as writer, having a parameter of self. Then we wrote self.send response. Self.send response is it's gonna send the response of 200. Then self.send header is gonna create a content type, and then as a text in HTML. So then we end the header, and then we self.write file write. Then it's gonna write this thing into HTML. Also, I forgot to write this thing in code. Please write it right now. So we encode it into text HTML. Sorry, it took this long to write this thing, but yeah, pretty sure. So, like, you don't have to copy me. If you're trying to learn Python, you have to understand what I say, or else you'll never learn Python. If you're challenging yourself, you'll not learn it. So you have to understand what I say. Then you create a main function. It's gonna work mainly. Yes, it's the main function. You guys right. Then we made a variable which has an input, and whatever we write in the input, like if whatever we give the answer at the terminal, that will be the value of this. Currently, it's in strings, so entering anything would be in strings. So that's why we got this thing right here, which I will not tell until I'm finished. So one not port is digit. So until this guy writes a port, which is writes a number inside the port, the value is a number. That time, till the user does that, till that time, if it's like a alphabet or a string, it's gonna print please write the integer. Integer means a number, and then we're gonna do the same thing, or else our code would be endless and we'll be stuck in the same thing, and then we have to control C it and write it this thing. Okay, and then out of the loop, we are writing port equals integer of port, which will cut out the strings and make it a full number. And then our server equals HTTP server, this thing. That's why we are getting our HTTP server in portion, and then we're gonna first parameter inside the module. We're gonna keep it empty, or should I say like a function, is it will be empty, and then we also have to keep this bracket be sure, and then we are sending in our port number, and then we are sending in our class name, and then we're gonna print we are printing server running on port with the space of a port. We're gonna put a port there. Then we're gonna serve the server forever. Like if we reload, then it's gonna reload, and then show here reloaded or something like that. And then this thing, this if name is main, which is true, name equals to main, and then yeah, we send the def, we send the function. So that's all for today. Be sure you learn more about these things from me, and you can also learn game developing. By the way, I'm creating a game in Unity, so please yeah, please download it. Link would be in the description when it comes. Also, I'm a book developer. Also, please go to finishcommunity.com site. Not made yet, so yeah, I'll just post the link when it's done. By the way, bye.